Hey everybody, welcome back to the good old Scentatar Fragrance channel. My name is Benjamin, of course, and I talk about fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all these great smelly things with y'all and for y'all. So if you're a returning subscriber, say hello down below, and thank you so much for stopping by. I want to talk about this fragrance today. I think I reviewed it a little bit in the past, but I think I want to shine some more light on it. I think it's really, underloved and underappreciated in the world of fragrance. If you're new to the fragrance game, and, if you watch, popular reviewers and people here and there, you might not even know that this house exists. You might not even know that this fragrance exists. One called Azzaro, the brand, and the fragrance is called Wanted. This brand overall has some real hit or miss fragrances. They produced the original, which is considered one of the original OG, the classic fragrances, one of the best if you ever want a vintage bottle or care about vintage fragrances. But they've kind of played around in the designer world. As far as I can tell, they haven't really had much of a niche line, and they really haven't tried to expand as far as making something really mass appealing and loud. Maybe like the direction that Paco Rabanne went, that really gets money and puts their name on the table and gets everybody to notice them. This is kind of their attempt to do that. And I don't think this fragrance really got the respect that it deserved. There was a little bit of drama, of course, with the shape of the bottle. It is a cylinder of a revolver. Yes, it's a cylinder, the inside portion, which holds the cartridges inside a revolver. If you want to know the real terminology, I'm a little bit of a supporter of people who protect themselves, so I know about the terminology. Look into it yourself. Some people throw around the terms and they really don't know what they're talking about. It caused a little bit of controversy in this type of culture we're around. I actually really do appreciate that they took a risk, and they did something a little bit edgy, a little bit spicy, a little bit cheeky, whatever word you use for it. I like that they took that risk. We're going to jump to the fragrance real soon and talk about the scent, but I just wanted to put that out there that the brand really doesn't get a lot of love and a lot of talk, and especially these two fragrances. This is the regular Wanted, and there's a Wanted by Night, which the night version might even be better, and this is a great fragrance. It's not bad by any means. So I just wanted to put that out there. I like the design of the bottle. So let's talk about the fragrance. What are we talking about with the fragrance? What does it smell like? Now, this fragrance is not going to smell particularly different or unique to... I'm going to spray this sample here and get myself a quick impression of it real quick. But do I think that this is a great fragrance? And what do I think about the smell? If you're a big niche head, if you're deep into niche, you probably really dislike things like Sauvage. You probably really dislike mass appealing things like Invictus by Paco Rabanne. You might just dislike this fragrance. If you're an average person on the street, if you just want a couple bottles in your collection, if you want a gift for somebody that you like, if you want your man to smell good and you want that, that positive attention, you really want people to, like you, or you want your partner to smell really nice, this is a really nice fragrance. This does have a little bit of a similar vibe to Invictus. It's not a clone, but, a lot of people talk about it. It's unmistakable that it has a similar vibe to Invictus. They probably tried to copy a little bit of that mass-appealing DNA, but this fragrance is its own creature. It has a similar vibe. It has that bubblegumminess, and then it has a little bit of almost like a coumarin nature. Sometimes fragrances have a little bit almost of that nutmeg, ginger-like quality. It has a little bit of that going on. It's quite subtle, though. It's in the background. This is a designer fragrance. Those notes don't really jump out to you in big kind of like quality-wise and really in a distinct manner, but it smells really nice. It's sweet. Again, if you're a big niche head, it's going to be a little bit synthetic to you and just might be annoying. But, this fragrance is nice. As it dries down, it has a really soft, almost leatheriness. But overall, the main DNA to this fragrance, the main feel of this fragrance is one that's a little bit more, I guess you could say, again, more of a yellow, golden, almost, bubble gum. But for lack of better words, this fragrance is a little bit more on the sweet side. It's more on the mass appealing side. I don't feel that this fragrance is a Tonka fragrance, and as it dries down, I don't feel like this is a particularly Tonka heavy fragrance. But it does kind of have that vibe, a little bit of a mass appealing use of something like coumarin or turmeric a little bit of ginger and nutmeg, a little bit of leathery nuances. One of the reasons this fragrance is spectacular is because, ladies love it. I'm going to jump. We got to talk about the projection, but I do want to say that ladies love this smell. And that might be a big motivation for you wearing a fragrance if you just want to be appealing to other people. And if you want to definitely pull in attention or maybe some success with the ladies, this is definitely a good fragrance. So with the projection longevity on my skin, this is a 5 to 7 hour fragrance. And it had probably slightly above average projection. When it first starts off, it does have pretty good projection, but then, as any fragrance, it slowly dies down. But, this fragrance isn't beast mode, but it's not bad, and longevity is kind of average-like, so maybe a little bit better than average projection and kind of average longevity. So it's not a great performer, but it's not bad by any means. And for a date night situation, for an out night on the town, for any situation you might be wearing this at night, you probably don't need something that lasts longer than 6 hours or so. And I'm learning to kind of appreciate those fragrances more. The ones that are a little bit more well-made, or maybe they smell a little bit more natural, and they only last about 6 hours or so. But if you're a younger guy, going on a quick date, going to school, if you're going to, a couple classes throughout the day, this is nice to just spritz on. It really is a good fragrance. So, compliment factor wise, this is a good one, guys. If you like Invictus, if you like, Sauvage, if you like mass appealing fragrances, there is no reason why this should not be on your radar if you're a younger guy or if you're a guy who really wants the compliment factor fragrances. This fragrance really is underrated. It's in there with Dylan Blue by Versace and a lot of those fragrances that get compliments and get a lot of positive attention. This deserves attention, guys and gals. This really does. And again, that's why I'm making this video today. I feel like this fragrance is really underrated for what it is. And it's nice. I actually, one day, I'm probably going to buy Azzaro a Wanted Night. I think that fragrance is even better than this one. But that one's a little bit more of a fall and winter fragrance. I'll talk about that in the future. But anyways, final thoughts and price. You all know that this is a designer fragrance, about $80 or so. You can find this one discounted, I think, for about the $35 range. I wouldn't pay more than that. Maybe if you really want it, maybe around $40. If you're paying more than $40, you're probably overpaying for this one. Again, if you really are picky on synthetic notes, you might notice that this isn't the most natural fragrance. But if you just want compliments, if you just want to smell fantastic, other people are going to love it around you. As a seasoned fragrance lover, as a person who has tried 1,000 fragrances and spent a lot of money on fragrances, if I smell this up close to my skin, I can notice that it's not very natural. But in the air, it smells fantastic, and I think the Azzaro Wanted Night is kind of even better. But again, this has got me a lot of positive attention. People really like this one. It's just light enough and fresh enough and playful enough and sweet enough. It hits a lot of accords right without being aquatic and without particularly being immature. I feel like this has a little bit more maturity than Invictus. Invictus is really quite the party fragrance. It's really quite the clubbing fragrance. And I don't know why people really don't say that too much. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I try to make content for everybody and anybody out there. If you're a younger guy watching my content, if you want a gift for a nephew, a younger guy, who wants to smell great, smell a little bit different, this might be a good fragrance. It does follow the trend, but it's not exactly the same as the rest of the bunch out there. This one is a tiny bit different, and I like that. But again, if you're a big fragrance lover, it might just not be unique enough for you. But this is my review. This is my long-winded review of, Wanted by Azzaro. These are my thoughts, my opinions, my feelings. Let me know in the comment section below. Did I nail this fragrance? Did I really dive into it enough? Should I make the review shorter? What do you think? What do you think about my review? What do you think about this fragrance? Have you smelled it? Have you tried it? I think that this is a bad boy fragrance, and I think it's a good one. I think that it deserves the talk, and it deserves a little bit of love. Thank you so much for being here, on my YouTube channel today. I am the Scentatar Fragrance channel, helping you smell great and all those good things. So why don't you, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and, definitely support me. Share the video if you like. Tell a friend about the Centaur Fragrance channel. I would really love that. So thank you so much for being here today, being a fragrance lover and a fragrance fanatic with me. And I'll see y'all next time. This is the Centaur Fragrance channel. I'll see you, my friends. Wear what you love, and bye.